this video we're going to be doing a safety test in the iView. So we're going to be going over your normal terminal overspeed 1, overspeed 2. You could even test governor speed as well, and even contract overspeed, so stay tuned. Alright, before doing any of the tests, you're going to want to run the car up and down the shaft, terminal landing to terminal landing. And what you're going to want to monitor is your commanded and actual. So you want to make sure that's at least plus or minus 10 feet per minute. So I'm going to run up to the top floor. And then we're going to run it back down. So the very first test we're going to do is our NTS Overspeed 1 fault. So what we can see our learned speeds is if you go to View, Diagnostics, Terminal Switch Status, you could increase the size of this window. So that's in View, Diagnostics, Terminal Switch Status. This window will pop up. So you can check like the last passes to make sure that they're okay. This is without doing the test, just to monitor, you know, your NTSs. So here, we're about plus or minus, 5-10 feet per minute. There's not that much fluctuation. So we're going to go ahead and go to View, Diagnostics, Event Log. We're going to clear our event log. Yes. Alright, the very first test we're going to do is test name. You drop down that menu, and we are going to do normal terminal switch 4 overspeed test, level 1. So in the manual it's going to say add 10 feet per minute to that overspeed 1 switch, where you learned it at. So you're going to go to View, Diagnostics, Terminal Switch Status. We're going to look for DNT4, and we're going to look at the overspeed 1, and we're going to scroll down. DNT4 overspeed 1 learned it at 323. So we're going to want to go above that in the speed. Make sure we go above 323. So let's do 330. 330. We're going to arm the test here at 330. 330. Can increase the size of this window. Here at the bottom is going to give you a couple of instructions. So place the iBox on test. Move the car to the starting position for the test. Right here we have it at the 6th floor, which by the time it hits the terminal landing, it's going to already reach that 330 feet per minute. Enter speed in the speed window, which we did, 330. We're going to select it. So we click selected. Now it says selected. So now it's going to give you a couple more parameters to look at. You should really only need to change parameters if you're going to go over your contract speed. In this case, our contract speed is 350. We don't need to go above 350. If we do, for like an overspeed test, contract overspeed test, stay tuned, because I'll show you how to adjust the parameters on a KEB drive to do that. But for now, you're gonna scroll down. We're on normal, test is on. We're gonna put our fault bypass switch on. All right, it says ready to arm. Click the arm test button. So here, we're gonna want to monitor the commanded and actual. We should be commanding 330 feet per minute. On the actual, you want to view to make sure it is going above 330 feet per minute or anything higher above 323, since that's what the Overspeed 1 for switch 4 is learned at. Armed it at 330. Test armed. We clicked on arm test. So to perform a normal terminal slowdown switch test, enter a car call at the top or bottom terminal landing. The car will accelerate to the selected speed that you have on here. So as you can see, we're only commanding 330. We could even open up our event log diagnostics as is doing it, and we're gonna see if it trips out on a DNT Overspeed 1 switch 4. (11:35 a.m.) 11:35 a.m. It did trip out. So that is a slowdown. Next one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the Overspeed 2, which is an emergency stop. So the Overspeed 2, let's clear the event log. Yes. X out of that. View, diagnostics, terminal switch status. We're going to do that same one, DNT4. DNT4, Overspeed 2. Learned it at 339, so we're gonna go about 345 on the arm test. Test name, normal terminal switch 4, level 2. We're gonna go about 345. We're going to select it. We're going to arm it. We're going to put a call to the top terminal landing now. So it's going commanding 345. We go to view, diagnostics, terminal switch status. Since we're going in the up direction, should be about the same. UNT4. Overspeed 2 is 341. We verified that we're going above that. We're going to go to view, diagnostics, event log, and it should do an emergency stop. There you go. Up normal terminal switch 4 level 2 speed fault. So that's an emergency slowdown. If you need a more aggressive emergency stop, you can, or slowdown, you can go to view, configuration pattern. Here you have your emergency slowdown. So you can adjust these parameters as well if you experience issues with the car, you know, going into the buffer or any of those types of issues. You also have another parameter that you can check too, is if you go to View, Configuration, Drive. You have your emergency rate limited stop. So in the manual it'll show you as well how each of those numbers need to be bigger than your deceleration parameters. You can click F1 on your keyboard. It'll bring you to the drive configuration menu. Click on General. And you scroll down. Emergency rate limited stop. Determines the deceleration from leveling, releveling to 0 speed when the elevator makes an emergency stop. So it gives you a little caution there too. If you're still experiencing issues with the car going into the buffer or in the overhead, when you get the fault, if everything stops, the brakes drop, the motor stops spinning, but the car is still, you know, drifting, you want to check for slippage, traction loss, because that can be an issue with the mechanical side of it. You might also, if you're doing the ETS, you might need to adjust the DETS or UETS as well to go along. That way it meets your guys' needs there. So next one, we're going to go to View, Diagnostics, Event Log. Let's clear the event log. Yes. So next safety test we're going to go is View, Safety Test. So let's see what other ones we have here. Let's do our contract overspeed test. Contract overspeed. What's our contract overspeed here? You're going to go to View, Setup, Safety. On contract overspeed is 375. So in order to do that, you actually have to make parameter changes in your KEB drive if you have a KEB drive. Put the test name to contract overspeed test. The speed, we're going to select 390 since that's about above 375. We're going to select the test. We're going to need to come over to our drive and we're going to go to LF49. And we're also going to put in 390 here. When you guys first get in here, it might say 100. So we're going to put at the feet per minute in here of what you guys have also in the iView. That's LF49. After that, to do a one-time overspeed test, you're going to go to LF3 function, and you're going to go up until you see OSTST. You're going to press enter. It's going to say start. When it says start, you come back over to your iView. Let's clear the event log. So, all right, we cleared the event log cleared. So we're going to take a look at the speed here to make sure it goes above, you know, 375. So we're gonna arm the test. We're gonna make a car call far enough away where we could reach that contract overspeed. And keep view here. Contract overspeed. Let's check our event log. View, diagnostics, event log, safety contract overspeed. That's for a one-time test only. So LF3 should revert back to run. LF49 you could leave the way it is already, or you can put it back to 100. Up to you guys. So now that's after the test. So let's just turn our fault bypass switch off. Now let's just make sure that we're able to make a call. So we're good, not overspeeding anymore. So another thing too is you're gonna need to do that in your drive as well, if you're gonna need to do like your electrical governor test as well too. So you'll grab the speed that your governor trips out at, and then you'll just add like 10 feet per minute, put the speed in here and LF49, and then go to LF3, set that to OSTS and press enter when it says start. Then you arm the test and you're ready to go. So there we covered your normals, NTS, emergency terminal switch overspeed test. Same thing as a normal, you'll just go to view, diagnostics, terminal switch status. You'll just get DETS and then overspeed 2. We learned it at 332. So just add, 10 feet per minute, 10 feet per minute more to the speed here. So yeah, it'll be like 340 or 342. So that's ETS, normals, contract overspeed, governor, emergency brake test unintended. That's pretty much all. You guys will just need to go down and go through the manual with those. Don't really have a rope gripper board here or emergency brake board to determine that. Just giving you guys an example on how to perform your safety test and where to go to in the IV. Hopefully this video has helped. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact Motion Control Technical Support and for some more troubleshooting on this.